Welcome back to the Fanspeak Network and another episode of Prop Party. Happy Friday. That means we are talking props, anytime touchdowns, parlays. I got my guy Tyler joining me now. Tyler, how are you doing? Are you ready for week 12?
I'm not going to say I'm ready, but I'm ready to win some money. I'll say that. So we'll find some winners. We'll go with that route.
I like
We're a little
that.
busy this week. Haven't been able to dig into much NFL. We'll find some winners.
We're definitely still going to find some winners. Yeah, I was struggling, like, as I was doing research this week, like, just to kind of set everything up here as people filter in. And by the way, if you're watching over on Twitter, come over to the YouTube streets, say hi, like the good people here who I'll get to in a minute. Hit that like button. We certainly appreciate it. Make sure you are subscribed to the Fanspeak Network content. This week's been a little rough, but basically we have shows every single day for you, DFS underdog dailies and NFL bets. But yeah, no, I was, as I was doing my research this week, Tyler, it was like, there's like games that I feel like really confident about, like the Lions. I just love all the Lions. And then there's games I just don't know what to make of. Like, you could tell me the Colts Chiefs game goes way under or way over shootout, and I'd believe you either way. So, like, do you have that situation where there's some games I feel pretty clear on, but there's other games where I don't know what to make of it, like, especially in the over-under department, which then, of course, affects props and touchdowns. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the same spot with you on the Chiefs and the Colts game. I mean, it just feels like a weird slate, to be honest with you. Like, Bears-Steelers feels like a weird one. And
yes,
me just being so busy this week, I haven't been able to look at most of these games. So,
well, then it'll be like a first look for you. It's kind of like me, like dabbling here, trying to what we're going to dive into. So we're going to talk it through, and hopefully our chat comes and talks it through, says what they like. Again, come over, hit that like button, drop in, some props you're liking. We got Coolers in here who was in Discord. And by the way, link in the description for our Substack, just $34.99 a year. You go over to our Discord. I need to actually send out an email and try to get more people over there. But Coolers jumps in yesterday, says, I like Jaden Higgins. It's about 5-1 anytime touchdown. Boom. He puts a little boost, gets like a nice, like 625-1, has a nice little hit. So sometimes it's nice to hear from our people to help us as well. So hopefully we're helping you, but you guys help us as well. So yeah, those are the games I'm struggling with, Tyler. And I need to check something in a minute. If you could kind of give your opinion on each one. Steelers, Bears, Philly, Dallas, Indy, Kansas City. Those are the three that, like, you could give me a strong case for the over and for the under, for a blowout, for a back and forth, whatever. And I would believe you either way at this point. And I'm still trying to dig in to really make my stands, because what my stands are now, as far as like totals and like what games I want to target, it's Lions. I love the Lions this week because Dan Campbell does not come off a loss well. He will beat the shit out of the next team, especially when they're at home. So I feel like they're going to put up a ton of points. And Jameis playing, I think, might even be better to maybe get that back and forth. So Lions, and then, looks like Burrow could be playing. Bengals, Patriots, I think, has a little bit of interest. What do you think about those three other games before we really dive into it, as far as, like, do you lean over or under?
And we're talking Colts, Chiefs, Patriots, Bengals, and Steelers, Bears, right?
No, not Patriots. Patriots Bengals, I think, is going over, especially if Burrow plays. And I love that one. It was Colts, Chiefs, Eagles, Cowboys, Bears, Steelers.
Yeah, I would lean towards the under in Colts, Chiefs. Steelers, Bears, I would lean towards the over.
That's kind of where I'm at right now.
And Eagles, Cowboys, I'd probably lean over also.
Okay, so why? So that's one of my biggest questions. Why do you lean over on the Cowboys, Eagles?
I think Dallas's offense is good enough that they can beat that defense and get up points. And we all know how bad Dallas's defense is. So Philly's going to put points on the board.
Yeah, I do think they looked, it was against the Raiders, but I do feel like the running on them might be a little more difficult with Quinton Williams or whatever.
Philly can't run the ball this year anyway, so.
It's crazy. It's a bizarre world there. Okay. So no, that was good to get. It was good to get your leans. Let me say hi to chat, and then we'll dive right into it. Because again, prop party, we get right to it. We cover props. We cover favorite props, our favorite touchdowns, build a parlay, build a lotto. Steve's already given me his lotto, and Steve will be back in the YouTube streets with us on Monday and next week. And I'll be putting out a Thanksgiving week schedule, probably this weekend too, because, it's so funny. Thanksgiving week, Tyler, it's like, nobody really cares about like the Sunday slate until like Friday night, because nobody, especially this year. The Thanksgiving slate is amazing. Like, what is it? Lions, Packers, Chiefs, Cowboys, hopefully Burrow-led Bengals and Ravens. I mean, that is just an amazing slate. Then you've got Bears, Eagles on Black Friday. I mean, nobody cares about the Sunday slate until like Friday night or Saturday morning. So we're going to try to lean into that with our content Monday through Wednesday. And then, maybe have a couple shows Friday to get, try to cram. That's how it always feels like. Then you're like cramming for Sunday of the week 13 slate. But let me say hi to the folks that have been kind to jump over in here in the YouTube streets. Of course, Mike Robb finally can stop working and get some good content. He said his boss was wondering why he's doing so much work this week. So I gotta love that. My brother is in here. How's it going to him? He is on the mend, guys. He will be back Monday. Our king lives. Get well soon. We got to get well soon from Coolers too. And yeah, Coolers, that hit last night was awesome. So let's keep that thing rolling. Mike Robb says, big thing I noticed in the data this week with the Eagles Cowboys, Turpin is used really only at Jerry World in previous matchups, not much at the link. So they are at Jerry World. That is for sure. I do think historically Dallas has kind of had a little more offensive juice at Jerry World too. So that's good. But speaking of Mike Robb's data sheet, if you are a Substack sub, go to the sub only link at the top, and Mike Robb's week 12 data sheet is right there for you. Kicks, let us know what you've got for the first TV or first TD. Let's see. Hi there, Meg. When did you begin following the NFL? Oh, when I was very, very little, I started watching with my dad. That's how he got into being a Redskins fan, watching, Joe Theismann. And, I was probably too, I don't think I was old enough to remember John Riggins, but Art Monk, all the greats, Joe Gibbs, of course. And then Steve started watching it, and Steve's like a sports encyclopedia. So we got into it as little kids. We are a total football family. Yes, I'm your Huckleberry. Good to see you. For all Substack subs, which I believe you are, Discord link. So ping me on Twitter if for some reason, but I'm going to go through it this weekend and make sure all Substack subs, like I'm emailing them directly if I know they're not in there yet. So let's make sure we get you in there because we want you in there for sure. And again, link in the description, check out our Substack. Christian Watson is Kick's first touchdown. Okay. I like it. So Tyler, I think I covered chat. I think I covered all the stuff, about, what we're liking and thinking about for this slate. Now it's time to talk props. Now let me take a sip of water. I always give credit to the people that talk by themselves for like an hour or whatever on shows, because it's like you got to come up for air. You gotta, you gotta
come up for air eventually.
You gotta come up for air. You gotta take a sip of water. All right, Tyler. We kind of talked about the different game environments we like, but what props are you eyeing up for week?
Yeah, my first one, I'm gonna go to Seattle, Tennessee, and we're not gonna target the obvious JSN at 90 some yards. He's starting to get more involved in this offense. He had 5 targets last game, 31.5 on his yards versus a bad Titans defense. He could do that in one catch. So I want that over 31.5. I just think this is going to be the week. They started to implement him last week. They're going to really implement him this week. He can easily get that one catch. So give me over 31.5.
I like that. That makes a ton of sense. Okay. Coolers has a receiving yards over that's pretty gross, but I like it. Let me see if I can try. Let's each try to guess, Tyler. I've heard some people in the industry talk about a certain Jets receiver that was traded from the Colts, and I don't hate it. Is it I can't even say his name. Adonai Mitchell? That's my guess. Tyler, do you have a guess of a gross receiver over?
Chimere DK for Tennessee is my guess.
There you go. That's another gross one, I think. Okay. Are either of us right? Are either of us correct? Jamie, this is so Coolers, let us know if either of us are correct. Jamie created a Degen Dad's anthem, has created a Fanspeak anthem. I want to play it on stream, but I need Steve to be here too. So we will play it on stream Monday, and Bruni is behind the scenes as we speak, creating a new open with this new Fanspeak anthem. And yes, part of it says Fanspeak team printing money since day one. So we love you, Jamie. We appreciate you. And Jamie, I said, what can I do for you? Can I send you a gift card? What can I do? He said, give somebody a free subscription. So courtesy of Jamie, the man, Mike, the man, has given us free spreadsheets on the Substack. Jamie's making all these bangers for us. I said, what can I do for you? He says, just give away a free subscription. So Monday, we will play the whole Fanspeak anthem. We will give away a Fanspeak Degen Substack subscription courtesy of Jamie. And hopefully next week we'll have our new open. So lots of exciting stuff there. Okay. Oh, it's my guy, Pat Fryermuth.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not even as disgusting as he thought. That's Meg's guy.
That's my guy. That is my guy. I was so convinced, Tyler, that he was going to hit 30. When he got 19, he got like a 19-yard reception. I was like, okay, one more catch like that, one more downfield catch, we're there. Just didn't happen. Darnell helped Washington.
That offense as a whole, I really, like, me personally, I wouldn't target anyone outside of DK or Warren. And if Warren's out, I'd target Gainwell. Every week you look at what is going on with the snap counts and the targets. And every week DK is the highest snap route runner, the most route ran, and the most targets by a mile. He had 8 targets. That tight end room, it changes every week. Last week it was Fryermuth with all the targets. The week before that it was Darnell. This past week against Cincinnati, Darnell ran 46 snaps, 20 routes, ran and had 5 targets. Johnny ran 18 routes and had 2 targets. And then Fryermuth somehow came in with 14 routes and only 1 target. They're just playing. They're just doing whatever they want. So it just feels like one of those ones. It's not easy to predict. So I just stay away from it.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is, there are going to be we've seen multiple weeks like Fryermuth and granted, the Bengals matchup against tight ends is like a funnel. You want to attack. And by the way, this week that of course is Hunter Henry, but you want to target tight ends against the Bengals. So Fryermuth goes off for like 110. Darnell, what did he have? Darnell Washington had like 60, 70 in those 5 catches.
That dude's losing himself so much money not playing offensive tackle, by the way.
Yeah, that's true. He is huge. He's like 320, isn't he?
Yeah, he could be making $100 million playing offensive tackle. Instead, he's going to get some chump change tight end deal in the end.
That's a great one. No, I honestly didn't even think about that. That is so true. But to Cooler's point, and I believe I had bet something with Fryermuth the time he hit. You can get like a big ladder if you guess right, but to your point, you have to guess right. Because again, if they were all one player, they'd be like, I actually don't know what tight end.
They'd be a top 3 tight end in the league if they were
right.
All one
they'd
player.
Probably be like, I was going to say a top 5 tight end, but they're spread out and you have to like play whack-a-mole and that kind of stuff. But if you hit it right, like it's like they're not just getting 20 yards. The guy that goes over is going to get 60, 80, 100 yards. Just you have no freaking clue which one. And that's what's been so Fryermuth. Or what's been so frustrating. Fryermuth is clearly on my brain, but I like the look of Fryermuth. I want it to be Fryermuth. I need it to be Fryermuth for best ball. So your lips to God's ears, Coolers. I may consider that. He says the number is 16.5. So yeah, I mean, like I said, he got it on 1 catch last week, 19. I was so pumped. I thought he was going to get that all 30 on his second catch. Just didn't get the second catch. Yes. Me pronouncing names is so bad, Mike. It's so bad.
I got a guy at work that can one up you on that.
Oh,
Some
really?
of the names he says, like, you just giggle when he says them. Like,
really?
Like, how did you come to that pronunciation with that?
There are some. I actually have a friend that's like that too. Not just with names, just with like things. I can't even remember one of the things he says that's like so wrong. Like those shirts that guys wear, it's like called like gingham or something, like the plaid. I don't know. He calls it like gingham or something.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So he does like words like that where you're like, what? But no, my pronunciation with names is terrible. Steve says DK can at least catch the ball. I do like Mitchell with Tyrod. Yeah, it's kind of like a quarterback upgrade with Adion. I can't say it. Is it Adonai?
I call him Adonai Mitchell.
There's a Donnie. Is it a Donnie?
That's what I call him. I call him a Donnie. They called him Adonai on the broadcast the last time they played.
Oh, they did? Okay.
He's a Donnie to me.
A Donnie. That's a good point, Steve. So Jamie, Monday, we will play the song, hopefully new open soon, and do the giveaway courtesy of you. What prop do you have on JJ McCarthy in this game? I would not target
whatever it is too high. So
yeah, under any unders would be Look, McCarthy is definitely struggling with the 50-some% completion rate. Definitely is a tough watch for sure. And Jamie says, yeah, that would definitely be +1 interception.
Let's hit a rewind button, Meg, because you like some of these olds in the NFL too. And in the offseason, I said it. When Rodgers was going back and forth, when he was like, I'm probably going to Pittsburgh, but he didn't sign for so long. And the rumor out there was that he was trying to force his way to Minnesota. What does that team look like if Rodgers ends up there? I think that team might be a threat right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you get why there was like, and it was all Diana Rossini used to cover DC like stuff. So like, it's funny. She always has been like, wants to, she's an aggressive reporter. She does her job well, but like, it's funny. Like some of the things she breaks, you're like, you're questioning it. But she was one that was kind of like scratching the itch on like, they're feeling out the Rodgers stuff. They're feeling out the Darnold stuff. And now you see, and you think it's like, well, maybe they were really trying to do their due diligence.
Are we in some kind of weird timeline right now? Because the Colts and the Chiefs game just went live on FanDuel. Like, it's going.
What?
Yeah. I'm on FanDuel right now. Chiefs, Colts, first quarter, 15 minutes, score 0-0. The odds are live. Like, the game just kicked off.
I got to see this. This is too weird. I was like, I look at you. Oh my God, you're so right. Hold on, I got to bring this over. This is freaking wild.
I clicked on. I was like, did I miss something? Like, is there a game on a Friday today?
Did they say
they're 5 seconds into the game? The time's coming off like they're playing.
Oh my God, you're right. Yeah, 10:45 left. What is going on? What's the live touchdown scores?
Can I slam the under right now? Wow, they ran 5 minutes off his clock already. There's only 10 minutes left in the first quarter.
Let me see if DK still says Sunday the 23rd at 1 p.m. I'm guessing it's just a little FanDuel error there.
Freaking out. I just seen that. I was like, I've never seen that happen before. There it goes.
Did they finally shut it down?
Yeah, somebody woke up and realized they clicked the wrong button.
Yeah, someone clicked the wrong button. That is so funny that like you caught that live. That's crazy. But yes, McCarthy, it's looking rough. And you can see why maybe they were doing some due diligence on, maybe they should have on Daniel Jones on, are we going to let Sam Darnold walk, but we don't want to pay him long-term? Are we going to bring Aaron Rodgers in for a year? Looks like the kid needed like another redshirt year, And so, yeah, definitely under or +1 interception like that. Look, Kick says Hunter Henry first TD. Don't mind that. Again, you want to target tight ends against the Bengals. Love that style, Gingham style or Gingham style, as my friend says. Sorry, I'll see myself out now. Yeah, Steve has felt so bad for Justin Jefferson. Longest streak of sub 100-yard games. And credit to Steve during best ball season. He was the one I was like, come on, it's Justin Jefferson. When it was like, okay, no, it's going to be McCarthy. And credit to Steve, again, always our resident NFL draft expert, our resident prospect analysis and prospect rankings for us in, pre-draft and in best ball season when these rookies do land. He has been good at calling what and what not. And he said, JJ McCarthy's going to need some time. He's young. He's raw. He's going to need some time. He said that we didn't want Washington to draft him because there were some rumors there. So, and he was off Justin Jefferson or had him ranked lower than most of the industry. Yeah. If we could see the future, I could really use Justin Jefferson, 2 TDs and stuff. So FanDuel's going to FanDuel. That's hysterical. All right. So Steve's first, I only got one pick from Steve and we will ladder it in the lotto, but it's Jamison Williams. Laporte is out now, looks to be for the season. Very sad. Since Dan Campbell started calling plays, we're not just doing these bombs to Jamo. We're actually getting him involved on routes where he can really do some damage. So I believe you can get plus money or right around his line. Let me find that around 60, I believe. 60 is -121. So that is Steve's first pick. My first pick is in the similar range. Another receiver we're going to in that Eagles-Cowboys game. Not that like any defense plays all man or all zone, but Dallas has been playing more zone this season when in regards to zone coverages. AJ Brown is like a man beater. He'll well, obviously he's also just very pissed off right now too. But AJ Brown is very good against man coverage.
Sorry to cut you off, but did you catch his most recent comment?
Yes, about Saquon.
Yeah, I was like, this is getting good. Like, this is now becoming like because he already had the talk with the owner, and the owner's like, please calm down. And he's like, oh, I got you. And then the next day, he's like, yeah, running back ain't the same.
Right.
Just keep throwing gasoline on it. Why don't you?
I mean, it's like he keeps getting worse. It just, like you said,
I need to know, like, we need the backstory of what happened here, because these two were best friends last year.
Oh,
something had to happen.
Did you see the clip of them, like after the Super Bowl? It's almost like they're like celebrating, trying to make bygones.
Did you see the clip before that where they're smoking cigars in the locker room, dapping each other up? They look like best friends, and it's like, what happened in between there? Like, what happened off? It had to be off field. What happened off field?
Right. But that's what I mean. It's like you got the ultimate prize. You won the Super Bowl. Like 31 other teams are sad. Yes. You did it. You won it. I know there were some bouncy, turbulent times last year too, but you did it. You won the Super Bowl. How did, after that celebration, it get to this point? And then, I don't know. It's wild stuff. Yeah. I mean, he's going to be somewhere else next year. That's for sure. I mean, can't imagine. But AJ Brown has always excelled in man coverage, and Devonta Smith is always crushed in zone coverage. So I like Devonta Smith 60 plus yards and thinking of laddering that up. I do think the Dallas defense is a little improved, but more probably against the run with Quentin Williams, the linebacker they got. I'm not sure if he's making much of a difference. They also got some guys healthy, but yeah, I think in the secondary, Devonta Smith and zone coverage can still cover. So that's my first pick, is Devonta Smith. So we've got J-Mo, Devonta Smith, and Shaheed so far. What do you got next, Tyler?
We're going to go to that Steelers-Chicago game. And yeah, the Steelers won a game. Their defense scored a couple of touchdowns. Their cornerback beat up one of the best wide receivers in the league because he spit on him. Well, the defense still sucks. And the Bears, they might trip and fall over their feet like a Great Dane puppy this entire season, but they win the games in the end. So, yeah. And Monongahela is a grown man coming out of that backfield when he gets to run the ball. Even with Swift back last week, he got 12 carries. Well, he can break tackles with the best of them. The Steelers team can't really tackle. And they set his yards at 33.5. If he gets 12 carries again, I think 33.5 is a gift. So I will take that shot on Monongahela 33.5, and he'll probably be in my touchdown legs when we get to that.
I actually he seems like he is like the guy at the goal line. Hasn't he scored 2 weeks in a row?
He's now Montgomery for the Bears now. Like,
right.
Ben Johnson system.
Right. That's exactly what I was thinking, is he is kind of like that Montgomery role for the Bears. So I definitely like that. I'm just making sure I caught up with all chat. Okay. Campbell talking about wanting to involve Demont more. I usually take his word at face value. I agree, Coolers. And I will say about, cause I've been debating about like doing like rush receiving with Gibbs, just cause he's been crushing that. But I heard that quote, the coach speak as well. And he is usually like, take Dan Campbell at face value. And they all also seem to get Monty going in these games where they know they're just going to blow the shit out of the opponent.
Yep.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's like, I love Gibbs, but like, I don't know. Do you do rush receiving with Gibbs? Do you do receiving with Gibbs and rushing Monty? I just feel like they're going to score 40 points. And I'm just trying to figure out, how it all gets there. Just
playing the hypothetical, how this goes bad here for Gibbs. The numbers are set pretty high because it's one of the best matchups he can get. They're supposed to blow him out. We know Jameis is under center on the other side.
Yeah.
What's to say they don't go down the field? The first 3 drives, they get the ball on offense. They put points on the board. So now they're already at 21. Gibbs is a factor in 2 of those drives. Monty gets the other one. Jameis Winston throws a pick 6. He maybe throws another one. The special teams gets a touchdown on the board. All of a sudden, Craig Reynolds is into play way quicker than you wanted.
Yeah.
And they're going to start to pull these guys off the field. So that's my only worry, is they balloon the lead like they're supposed to, and Jameis helps you way faster than you want it. And they go, well, we're done here anyway. Why would we put our starters out here up 40 going into the 4th?
He does. I mean, he does do it longer than anybody else, but
especially with the Laporta injury now too. Like, you get the lead, you already lost one of your guys for the season. Probably want these guys off the field.
But yeah, so the one thing I like about, I'm going to go back to the team total this year. I mean, or this week, excuse me.
I like that the best because I think that eliminates players. And it's just one of those spots where it's like, they should smash. They more than likely do smash. I just want to, what's the ways that they smash and they dodge all the props? And that's the ways the defense helps them out.
Defense, special teams. Yeah. I mean, there was even some props for the Bills last night where it's like, well, the Bills, the Texans defense looks elite. By the way, when I went on the show and talked with you and Spread the other day, and I was like, I don't want to see the Texans as a playoff team. I take that back. I absolutely take that back. Holy shit. That
Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter might be the best 1-2.
Yeah. I just, I watch Red Zone on Sundays, or I'm like out with friends and, watching everything. And then I only ever really saw them in that Seattle game, and Seattle put up enough points on them, but like they are ridiculous. That defense is ridiculous.
If that team can muster any kind of offense, it's going to be tough to beat them.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe we just look, I want to take a quick look at the team total for the Lions, because I think that will be one of our official plays. I did it for the Washington game, and then I laddered it up at like the total, like 35, 40, and obviously hit them all. And I think we're in a similar situation here this week, because again, off a bad loss, back at home, Dan Campbell calling plays, and they were, their normal self aggressive. It didn't work. He's going to just he keeps the foot on the gas. I get what you're saying. If we get some like defense or special teams touchdowns, that could hurt offensive props, and that always hurts offensive props, just like it did last night with the Ray Davis return touchdown. But I just think no matter what, whether it's defense, offense, special teams, or just offense, they are going to put up 40 plus, in my opinion. I just want to see
31.5 minus 105.
Okay. I was just looking, laddering the alts, the different, you said it's 31.5.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, 31.5 on, are you in FanDuel or DK?
I was on FanDuel.
Okay.
Them to score the most points on Sundays plus 450 on DK.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I see 31.5 minus 106. Am I not getting like the most updated? It's weird.
That's minus 106, yeah.
Okay. And then, so if you wanted to go to, 35, obviously key number with touchdowns plus 154, 38 would be plus 250, 40 would be plus 350, 42. So over 41.5 plus 480. I mean, I think I'm laddering that sucker up like at least three rungs, because I just don't see how they're not scoring 5 or 6 touchdowns. Period. So definitely like that.
I gotta ask you, I might even have to hit the rewind button on the show to actually catch what I said it was at. Did I say Shaheed was at 31.5 when I gave it
out?
I
think so.
He's 38.5 already.
Already? Really? Yeah. You moving the numbers there, Tyler, moving the lines.
I went back into DK to bet it, and I seen the odds update. I said, why does that say 38.5? I was like, there's no way I misread that by that much.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
If someone rolled out, Torrey Horton got rolled out. That's why.
Oh, Torrey Horton got rolled out. Okay. Coolers, which TD is it? Is it JMO? Is it Henry? Which TD are you considering bad? Drop it in the chat. Yeah, 30 for 30 on this Eagles team will be a good one. Logan Wilson, Steve said, was looking pretty good against the Raiders. And wow, I didn't realize he was wearing the green dot on, for the defense. I am now absolutely frightened. Steve and I are going to do probably like a week 14, like best ball show, like kind of like a best ball playoff preview. And holy shit, my Chargers shares feel so bad for week 17. I mean, how do the Chargers
week 17?
That it's Chargers Texans week 17. Oh yeah. The Chargers shares are so screwed. I mean, I feel awful about that, which is why I do like drafted 3 quarterbacks, because for most of those Herbert teams, I have 2 other ones. Hopefully those other 2 stay healthy, because oh my gosh, that's all I could think about last night is, oh my gosh, those Chargers shares are in so much trouble. If anything makes the finals, and my marathon team that I'm rooting on does have Herbert and a Herbert Keenan Allen stack. So okay, is it my turn? Yeah, because okay, so my next one, well, I just want to throw out that I mentioned I was on Sportsline yesterday. Chase Brown receiving. I think he is going to have to act as the receiver. Yesterday was 24.5. I'm sure it's going to keep going up. But I do like the Chase Brown receiving. I also want to keep an eye on Bijan receiving, just with Drake London being out. And obviously he has familiarity with Kirk Cousins. But my next official play, I want to go to the Seahawks game. I think they're going to beat the hell out of the Titans. And I think, I was on receiving, not rushing. Kenneth Walker's line seems way too low for, why do I not see it? Oh, it's not up yet. It was I believe 56 or something like that.
I think he caught an injury or I got an underdog report on him when I woke up.
Really?
I'll find it real quick. You can keep going.
Okay.
Kenny Walker glute listed questionable for week 12. That was 33.
Well, that's why he's not on here. I was loving the Kenneth Walker narrative. I've already drafted him in some underdog dailies. Okay. Well, that's not fun. Okay. Well, I'm going to pivot to my other running back. It's getting winter time. It's colder. So when you put the snow tires on and Derrick Henry starts lighting it up more, he's been kind of improving each week with Lamar back. I mean, sometimes it's more in the touchdown department. Sometimes it's more in the yards department. But against, let me find the number on Henry. So hopefully Mike is listening.
87.5. I see.
Yeah. I like 90 plus 102. Derrick Henry against the Jets. The Jets stink. They're just so depleted now. Anytime the Ravens have those double-digit leads or double-digit spreads especially against a bad team, not like the Cleveland, but against Cleveland, I think last week he had a good. Was it last week? I think he had over 100. And so, yeah, I want to go to Derrick Henry as the weather gets colder with Lamar back, and especially in these double-digit spreads and bad teams. So Derrick Henry 90 is my next one. You want
to hear the most disrespectful line I think I've ever seen scrolling through props?
What?
Justin Fields lines aren't even this low. Shedeur Sanders is set at 158 passing yards.
Oh,
that is
really?
Absolutely disrespectful. I don't care how bad he looked in that game. 158 is lower than Justin Fields, and Justin Fields doesn't even know how to throw a football.
Justin Fields is bad. He is very, very bad.
That is so bad.
So are you going to? I couldn't comfortably click the over though.
I mean, it's the Raiders. They play a lot of zone. They might fall into spots. 158. He could walk to that. Yeah. With that being said, just give me Judkins over 70.5. Just hand the ball to the stud in the backfield and just let him run right through this defense.
Yeah. I do like both defenses in that game in DFS, but I also think, that look makes sense. Mike Robb says worried about Chargers players, like any of them would be healthy at the end. I hope at least Herbert and Keenan Allen will, for my sake. And Coolers was talking about David Montgomery, only minus 120. That is a great look. I'm actually going to write that down.
Coolers. Do you think we should look at guys like Fannin and Njoku for Shedeur, because he's probably going to look with these guys that are close?
Yeah.
Fannin's 26.5 and Njoku's 22.5. So you're getting huge discounts on these guys.
What's been the target share between those two? Or when did I just do not pay attention to the Browns at all? Because I had basically no best ball exposure. I never play them in DFS. I never bet on them.
They basically just run a 2 tight end system. Like last week, Fannin played 40 snaps to Njoku's 37. Okay. They both ran 19 routes exactly.
Okay, that's what I was looking for, like how many routes.
And Fannin had 5 targets to Njoku's 2.
No, that is interesting, especially the Fannin one you said was like 25.5.
Yeah, that's really low, and he's going to be right in front of Shedeur. Like that's going to be your dump off guy. Yeah, I don't mind that.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that either. That's interesting. All right. Wait,
I still can't get over 158, Meg. That is just. They might as well smack the guy in the face.
Is Fred come to the conclusion? We'll see after his first full game that Shedeur just might not be good enough, because he definitely was so upset of how late Shedeur got drafted. What do you think spreads take? It'll be interesting to watch him against his Raiders.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see it. I mean, this is the perfect spot for the kid to bounce back. I mean, you kind of get thrown to the Wolves last week. It was just. You're standing on the sideline thinking you're never going to play, and the other guy goes, my head hurts. And they say, all right, you got to get out there and play. So deer in the headlights right off the bat doesn't look good, doesn't set himself up but he catches a nice matchup against a team. Like, if they can block Max Crosby, like, he should be back there. Just no pressure against the zone defense where his guys should be able to get open. Like, this is going to be his spot, and this is the team he was supposed to be on, Meg. So, like, if he's got any, like, motivation, revenge spot, like, the Raiders were supposed to draft him for 2 years, and they just kind of let him pass with how many draft picks? So,
oh my God, they have a whole Shedeur Sanders section on DK. What is this? This is insane. What I was looking at is going back to David Montgomery, minus 125 for 50, plus 120 for 60. These are the matchups to target with such low lines. But my next play is going to that, that funnel. We want to target tight ends against the Bengals. So I'm going to Hunter Henry to kind of finally get over the hump because he's had some down games. I do like him for anytime touchdown, but I also like him 40 plus to just take advantage of this nice matchup. What is your next one, Tyler?
My next one is I'm going to go over to, where's this game at so I can get you the right number? Jacksonville, Arizona. Not even rushing props up yet. Let me check DK and see if they're over there. I want some Tootin props.
I was gonna say I think they're both questionable. I think that's why.
Well, Tootin got the thing today that said he's cleared to go. Like,
he is. Okay.
Yeah. At the end, it was a non-contact, no contact in practice all week with a shoulder injury.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. I'll take my chances with that. I want Tootin this week.
I missed the.
I want his yards. If a dude can't take contact in practice, you're telling me he's playing on Sunday? Like, no.
Yeah. Okay, I have this up. So I'm going back to the Steelers game, and I just want to take a look here at how low these lines are, because it's not like either of these defenses are like, I know Steelers have kind of improved in some ways, but you have Rome Odunze 50 plus is minus 122, 60 plus is plus 131. I know it has been kind of disappointing or very much yo-yo since the bye, but you have to think, I don't know. I like that. Then you have Burden, his line set in the 30s, because 40s minus 102. Metcalf, I know it's been kind of a rough watch, and I know we don't know the status. It looks like I think Rodgers is going to try to play with the brace, but we don't have official news. 50 plus minus 105. There's just some low lines into, the points earlier. If you wanted to play ladders with, any of the tight ends, their lines are just exceptionally low. What do you like the most in this game, Tyler?
Probably DK. Just because I feel like he's kind of quote unquote insulated by the fact that if Rodgers goes out there and plays and then goes out of the game, Rudolph is still going to go to DK. Like, I don't know if Rudolph is going to utilize all three tight ends the same way Rodgers does.
Yeah.
I know the backup's going to go to his number one wide receiver and his only wide receiver. So yeah, I think I would only want DK in that spot.
Yeah, I mean, D50 minus 105, because he was definitely well over that last
week. You said, Meg, it could be like with Freiermuth. He's out there with Rodgers. He catches a 19-yard pass. Rodgers goes out, and the dude doesn't see the ball again.
And that was
Rudolph
the other
doesn't look that direction.
And that might honestly be like a great call. Like if it's Rudolph, maybe target DK. If it's Rodgers, maybe try to like hit whack-a-mole on the tight ends, because that's another reason I like Freiermuth, not what he did historically against the Bengals the week or a couple weeks prior, and good matchup for tight ends. There was good Rodgers speak that Rodgers was saying like, we got to get Freiermuth more involved. I'm like, oh my God, this is all line up. And then he goes out at halftime. So if it's Rodgers, I might, to a Cooler's point, 25 is plus 165. Kind of interesting there, but I like your call on that. I kind of am intrigued by Rome Odunze too, not just because I need him in best ball. It's just, he is their best receiver. I know Burden's now emerging as the clear like third, but these lines in this game just feel
I would love to look and see which one of those guys does better against zone. I think it's Rome. One of them guys is going to be open a lot of that game.
So Steelers run more zone splits?
Yeah, they like to run some zone.
Okay, good. Yeah, it
just lines up as a spot too, where it's like, oh, you're coming off a win, your defense scored 2 touchdowns. I just leave guys wide open this week.
Yeah, could be. Okay, do you have anything else here for props?
No, not for props. I'm ready for some touchdowns though.
All right, perfect. I have one or two more to mention. I just wanted to see Olave's price. He's got a really good matchup this week. Where is Olave? Give me a minute here. I don't know
65 and a half, I see.
Okay, it's a little higher than I thought. I thought it was closer to like 59, but yeah, against the Falcons, it's a consideration. I don't know if I love that number, but he's definitely exceeded my expectations this season. So definitely was not interested in Lave going for the reasons that are happening. We're seeing the quarterback, play, but no, he's had some definitely some spike weeks, and I do think he has a good matchup this week. I think if you target either Dallas receiver this week, it probably would be Lamb over Pickens, just because they can move him around and get him away from Quinton Mitchell. But my last one, I just wanted to check out what May, going against the Bengals. Sure, they can run on them, and now both running backs are back. But just scrolling through some of the quarterback prices, we love the Detroit matchup. Goff's 260 plus 107. May 260 minus 102. I like that as well. I like both of those. Any other quarterbacks that you wanted to look at while I'm here? Caleb Rushing too. You said, I guess you'd want to play quarterback rushing more with man defense if they play a lot of zone.
Man defense, and I'm not sure. Like, Caleb's fast enough; he can get away from these older guys, and they don't generate the same pressure they used to. Like, if TJ Watt and Cam Hayward were still getting back her almost every play, to where we know Caleb's gonna have to scramble away a couple times, I'd say yes to his rushing. But he's another one where he looks like he's getting ready to take off for 20 yards, slams on the break a yard away from the line of scrimmage, and then zings a ball 50 yards down the field. So
yeah, he's been going over his rush line like 3 or 4 weeks in a row. But and I thought, well, with the Steelers pass rush, could that make sense to go back yet again? That would be like 4 weeks in a row. But if they're playing a ton of zone, I definitely like it better against man coverage.
Yeah, I agree there.
Okay, let me catch up with chat really quick, and then we will talk touchdowns. Sanders has 50 plus pass yards in each quarter is plus 5,000, a little 50 to 1 there. Titans D has allowed 6 most fancy points per game to running backs and has given up 12 rush TDs this season. Yeah, that's why I really, really wanted to target Walker. Steve said he's expected to play, so and both Walker and Charbonnet are plus money bets. So I think that's a nice look. Keep an eye on that when we get final news on Walker. Steve said he's expected to play. So if he is, that might be something I'm interested by Sunday. All right, we've talked props. Now it's time to talk touchdowns.
Watch out! He's got getting away from the pop speed. Touchdown!
All right, you said you're ready to talk touchdowns. Let's get into it. Tyler, what are you liking the most this week?
I'll go to the Patriots game first, and I feel like this is a little mispriced. Why is Hunter Henry better odds to score a touchdown than Drake May against one of the worst defenses against tight ends? Like, yeah, Drake May likes to run the ball, but plus 165 on his rushing touchdown. This guy isn't Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen running the ball now. So give me Hunter Henry plus 200 against the worst defense in the league.
They've given out like almost double the amount of receiving touchdowns. Now, granted, 4 happened in that one Steelers game, but they've given up like double the amount of receiving touchdowns to tight ends. I love it. Hunter Henry,
so I'll take some Hunter Henry. And if you're worried about Hunter Henry, go to his main man Diggs, because Diggs has scored like 4 weeks in a row.
Yeah. Yep. Those are the 2 I like in that game. You nailed it. Of course, while we're at this game, just perusing the prices, I do worry about Christian Gonzalez coverage, but especially if it is Burrow. T. Higgins plus 130. I do like.
I had a fun talk with Jamie and Spread about that game, Meg, because Jamie gave out the Bengals and he was like, I'm not worried about Chase being out. And I was like, well, let me just play devil's advocate here. What if that offense just doesn't work the same when they're not both there? Like, you can't double both sides of the field when Chase is on one side and Higgins is on the other.
Yeah.
But when Higgins is on one side and Yoshi Bosch is on the other, you could bracket Higgins and tell Yoshi Bosch to beat you on the other side in single coverage. You can't do that to a guy like Chase or Higgins. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of them games where Flacco's staring Higgins down and Higgins never gets open. And there's like 3 Flacco picks. He's looking for other guys. Maybe Chase Brown with the dump offs is the way to go.
Oh, that's why I
Vrabel being a Belichick disciple. What was Belichick's favorite thing to do? Take your best player away from you.
Best player away.
Well, your best one's suspended, so we're taking number 2 away.
Oh, that hurts bad for me because I need Higgins in best ball. But yes, I am very concerned about that. I don't think I am going to touch much Higgins props. If it is Burrow, I'd be a little more intrigued. I'll say it that way. But I am very frightened about that, and that's why I was on Chase Brown receiving earlier in the week. Still like it. What is it actually? I know we're on touchdowns now, but I am curious if it's gone up much and like what laddering it to, because I just think they're going to have to use Chase Brown like 49ers use McCaffrey. Use them like a receiver. Like you're going to have to. Yeah, 25 is now juiced to 177. It was minus 116, 2 nights ago. 40 is plus 161, 50, 282. I don't mind honestly laddering that up. I think they are going to have to use them as a receiver. I also think
minus 5.5 plus 130.
Geez, yeah, no, the books are catching on there. So I also think that there is a chance that Gesicki comes back too. So that'll be interesting. Not that makes up for Chase, but just to give them another weapon. Let's just take a look at the numbers on the bets that Coolers mentioned. And I was, see if they have Charbonnet up. Okay, so Seahawks, they do have both up, and that Cooler said both plus money. So even money for Charbonnet, plus 110 for Kenneth Walker. And again, shop around because Kenneth Walker, when I talked about him rushing, was one of my touchdown picks. Hunter Henry, you nailed that. That was going to be one of my touchdown picks. David Montgomery, Coolers already talked about that. So yeah, I just wanted to check out all those. I'll go back to, I think there's going to be a crap load of Lions touchdowns. And yeah, 1 or 2 could come defense, special teams, but the one you're getting plus money is the one who has found the end zone recently. Give me Jameson Williams. Love me some JMO always at plus 145. What do you got next, Tyler?
My next one, I'll go back to my guy Mononga at plus 200.
Oh, nice.
I just think that's a nice price. They're going to get in the red zone. He's going to get the chances. He could break tackles too down there. So plus 200 on him to score a touchdown against the Steelers. I'll take that shot.
Yeah, I mean, has the Steelers' run defense improved that much? Because earlier in the season, it was definitely like a sieve.
No, they haven't improved that much. They've had a couple of decent games. Like Daryl's just going to pencil back into, they stopped Jonathan Taylor.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's the 1 week they had a good rush defense. So
yeah.
Outside of that, I just don't see it. Like Chase Brown was able to run the ball a little bit last week when they were running the ball. They just fell behind too fast. So I think Mononga is going to find the end zone this week.
Yeah, I like that. Let's take a look at the price on with Stevenson is back. So that is going to be like
he's minus 110.
Oh, he's minus 110. Okay, so Henderson's even money, and and here he's minus 115. So yeah, that's interesting. Just wanted to check that out. Mike Gesicki, I have a ton of best ball bags. So if he comes back this week, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for me personally. I'm just scrolling through and to see. We talked through these there's all plus money touchdowns. So we talked about it from like the receiving aspect. From the touchdown aspect, I kind of really like Rome at 165. I know you just talked about Mononga, but there is so much plus money here for the taking. Obviously, we need final word. Is there been any updates on Jaylen Warren? I thought it was trending towards him playing, right?
I think he's going to play. I don't think he has an injury tag coming into Sunday, so he should play.
Yeah. So I like Mononga a lot with you. I also like Rome at plus 165. Like you said, I think it depends on the quarterback. If it's Rodgers, I would maybe take some shots at these big tight end numbers because they are massive. Freiermuth being the high at plus 350 for Freiermuth. And they're, again, before Rodgers got hurt that week before, he was talking about getting him more involved. But Darnell Washington plus 310, plus 340 for Jonnu Smith, plus 350. I think if it was Mason Rudolph, plus 165 for DK Metcalf. What else do you got that you're eyeing up?
My next one, I'm surprised this is even plus money. Give me Quinshon Judkins plus 100. I mean, playing the Raiders with Shedeur under Sanders, they're gonna be handing the ball off a lot. I think they're gonna get some points on the board, and Judkins probably runs through his defense. So plus 100 on him, I think, is a solid spot.
Yeah, I like that. I do think my next one, I do think the Dallas defense has improved. I'm kind of like lumping together games since we have the, screen pulled up. I do think the run defense has improved, though maybe Barkley scores 3 touchdowns to piss A.J. Brown off because that comment was insane. But the 2 plus money touchdowns I like in this game are, CeeDee Lamb, just because they can move him around at plus 130. That's obviously a better number just because he's going up against the Eagles defense. And then Devonta Smith in that potentially going against more man's or zone coverage at plus 160. So those are my 2 favorite in that game. Anything else you've been eyeing up?
Just one more. Give me Parker Washington plus 220 for the Jags. I mean, target hog for the Jags. Even if Brian Thomas is back, he hasn't been the same player he was last year. Parker Washington gets a lot of this use on the offense. So plus 220 against a team that doesn't really have a good pass defense, and he probably doesn't draw the best corner. I'll take that shot.
Yeah, that makes sense. Any besides obviously Jonathan Taylor's super juiced, any in the other big marquee game of any plus money? Rice plus 105, Kelsey plus 145.
Rice intrigues me at plus 105.
Yeah.
Pittman plus 265 seems wrong.
Yeah, that I mean Pierce has been, but I think for touchdowns I'd probably like Pittman.
Daniel Jones plus 310. Also, if you can get down on the one and steal JT's touchdown.
Oh, please don't.
I agree with you. He's carrying some of my best ball teams, but look at the odds. You basically flip that minus sign to a plus sign.
Yeah.
JT, Daniel Jones.
No, I need the JT touchdowns, but you're right. If it goes down to one, there is that possibility of plus 310. But I think you called it out. I think this is the biggest misprice at plus 265. Right?
Yeah, that seems a little wrong.
That definitely seems wrong to me. And yeah, Henry's my favorite one in that.
Steve said Brian Thomas is out again this week. So yeah, Washington and Myers will still be the guys.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, good call. Okay, there's a couple in chat I missed too. So let me go to those before we talk parlays here. We talked about Walker and Charbonnet. We talked about Stevenson. Mike Robb, our Ravens go to likely is plus 265. I keep saying each week, but it's bound to hit. One of these weeks does seem like Mark Andrews has been the red zone guy still for Lamar. But one of these weeks I think it will. He says, Cooler says, would the two you be interested in Kamara at all? Not a name I usually mention, but plus 170. Yeah. And I mean, he had a good game before the bye. So I think the price plus 170 is interesting. And he mentioned Saints team total is also 21, a little over 21 points. So plus 170 isn't that bad. I think that's a sharp look, Coolers. And listen, Coolers was the one that I should have tailed his bet. I saw it late and I should have tailed his bet of Jaden Higgins at 5-1 and he got it with a boost. So, okay, I guess Kamara is questionable, but I thought he was trending to play. But yeah, he was really good, had good usage and a good game before the bye week with Shuck. Okay, so we covered props, we covered touchdowns. Why don't we each give a parlay and then we build a wild little lotto to round it out for week 12 here, Tyler. So what's your favorite parlay this week?
While I finish building my make, you want to give out Steve since his was already pre-built?
Oh no, he just had his lotto his lotto leg is JMO. So
give me one.
So no, I'll build one. I'll just build one, like interactively here. So I'm definitely gonna do something with like all Lions, but I haven't decided on that yet. I just think which game are you doing? Are you doing a certain game?
I'll do Bears Steelers.
Okay, then I don't want to do that. I will not. We won't. We'll do two separate games. Let me take a look here. You know what I'll do? I do think there's a couple of these quarterbacks that are mispriced of these teams that I really, really like. So give me Jared Goff 260, give me Drake May 260, and there was one more. Let me find it. Again, we talked through the Caleb Rushing. I don't think I'm going to go there. Don't think I can do the Shador Sanders. I actually do think, and I think this is just fun to kind of talk through and look at it. I actually do think Dak could have been well over. What did he have in that first game? Because CeeDee Lamb had so many drops in that NFL kickoff opener.
It was bad, yeah.
Dak looked awesome in that game, and they were able to run the ball because Jalen Carter, another spitting incident, was out. But they, week one, I was looking at but I don't think they're going to be able to run I think he's going to have to pass. So, what did he have he only had 188. I thought he was over 200 and with those drops, but I mean, some of those drops were long drops, so he could have gotten, but I don't know that I feel comfortable with that. I was just going to do 3 quarterbacks, but I like these two. I'll say that's my, my shell here, of May 260, Goff 260. Maybe I'll throw in another one, as closer to Sunday, and make it like a 3-legger. But right now it's these 260 plus 309. What if you wanted to get, just have a little fun? I'm sure their 2 touchdowns are both super, super juiced. Yeah, May's 186. Just basically saying, I think these 2 guys are going to have a great day. I think.
That's 3+ for Goff.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you wanted 2. I just didn't want you to think.
Yeah, that's only the thing is it doesn't add much because it's like 3-1 and adding the touchdown layer.
But they're all correlated too. Like he ain't throwing 3 touchdowns and
you'd have to do 3 to like spike it up, which I have more confidence, honestly in the Goff, just because again I think they're going to score 40 plus. I think that there's going to have 5 or 6 touchdowns. So this is what happened in the Washington game. There was, I think, 3 running touchdowns and 3 passing touchdowns. So if you did that, you get 8-1. This is not an official play. We're going to play around with it. Again, everything we land on, we send tomorrow. Substack, link in the description. We send favorite bets and favorite parlay. So right now I have 260 May, 260 Goff, 2 May touchdowns, 3 Goff touchdowns, 860 plus 869. May play around with that. What do you got, Tyler?
Yeah, my same game parlay. I'm going to go in the Steelers game. We're going to stick with the Mononga high touchdown because I think they give that up in the red zone.
Yeah.
We'll go Swift over 50 yards rushing to get a little anti-correlation because he's going to get the rushing in between the 20s. Metcalf to have 50 receiving yards and Rome to have 50 receiving yards, and that gets you a 13-1.
Okay, read that again because I really like that. Monongai TD.
Monongai TD, Swift 50 rushing, and then DK and Rome each 50 receiving.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah. And that's 13-1.
Yep.
Oh, I like that a ton. Also, another one of my favorite plays this week is laddering the Lions team total. That'll definitely be on Substack tomorrow, I can assure you. Okay, Coolers has a long shot touchdown one. And this
Here,
is
you want some fun, Meg?
Yeah, I'd love
to make a DFS line and put a game stack of Chicago, Pittsburgh. You want to know why?
I was actually thinking about that. That's so funny you said that. Go ahead, but tell me the reason why.
Remember when Arthur Smith was freaking out when he was the Falcons head coach about Dennis Allen when he was the Saints head coach and they didn't want to shake hands at the midfield a couple years ago?
Oh, I didn't. I mean, I faintly remember that now when you said, but no, I didn't prior to you saying that. No, I did not remember that.
Arthur Smith's our offensive coordinator, and guess who's the Bears defensive coordinator?
Yeah. Ooh.
They're going to go at it. They're going to go for it on Sunday.
And the other narrative is if Rodgers plays, I mean, the whole I own you Bears thing, he does love that shit. I mean,
it's just rubbing me as like week 1 where it was the Jets and Fields. And it's like, like this is Rodgers' old team, Fields' old team. This game's supposed to be 16-10.
Yep.
35-34.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's that game, the Eagles game, the Colts game, where it's like,
looking at weather, there's 5% chance of rain and no wind in Chicago. So weather ain't going to be a problem.
Yeah. I actually was thinking about that for DFS and then thinking about that for like props. Like this could be like that Jets game, like where it's like, you just don't see it coming. Most people are like, it's just going to
skip right past it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most people you grab one piece, a 1v1, but it's just like, no one's playing that. Let me skip that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I definitely could see multiple pieces getting there. I definitely could see it being like that Jets Steelers game. Again, there are those games where I can make a case either way for over or under, but I'll say it that way. That would not surprise you. There's definitely lots of motivation, especially on the Pittsburgh side. And, Chicago keeps running pure. One of these, yep. I don't know. I could see a Steelers upset, but it's interesting. I will say it that way. So here's Cooler's touchdown, long shot, kind of taking some pieces that we mentioned or that you mentioned, talking about like in Hunter Henry, long shot, Walker, Montgomery. So if Kenneth Walker and Kamara play, so Kenneth Walker, David Montgomery, Alvin Kamara, and adding in the Hunter Henry call, 4 is almost 30-1 on FanDuel. I like that a lot. And I think that's a fun look, especially when most of those are plus money. I'm gonna write that down too. Walker. We're definitely post that in our Discord coolers because I need to start tailing these bad boys. And Hunter Henry. Okay. Okay, Tyler, now it's time to build our lotto. We can do it here just interactively and then price it out on FanDuel. But
I'll build it on FanDuel as we go. Okay.
So these Steve and mine are going to be correlated in a way, but so I'll see if it's too correlated, I can always change it. But his was 90 plus JMO. So that's 250. If you go to game lines, I was going to do the alt total. I don't know that it's going to, like, if you really alt it, I don't know that it's going to mess it up that much. How do I get to game lines? There we go. All right. Where's Lions? I'm more used to FanDuel, I have to admit. Is the team total under team props?
Yeah, right there.
Okay, there we go. Perfect. All right, so let's take it up to. It doesn't add much, does it? Let me.
You want that 39.5. You
Yes,
said
I do. Yep, that's exactly what I was looking for. There we go. We're at 900 already. So JMO 90 over 39.5. Lions are scored I've been saying it all week. Lions are scoring 40 plus. So there we go. That's exactly what I was looking at. What do you got, Tyler?
We're going to go with our guy we started the show with. Give me Rashid Shaheed 60 plus.
Okay. I was going to say a lot at alting that up. So, let me just go to receiving here. Receiving Seahawks. There we go. 60 plus. There we go. Yep. So we get turned in. And I think DraftKings has a boost of 15%. So that's a 34-1 right now without the boost. What was it on FanDuel? Did you check it out?
I can't build it on FanDuel right now because Shaheed's props aren't up over there.
Oh, okay.
But just with those two in there, let me get my other. Actually, let me bet this before I move this off my screen because I'll forget.
Yeah, because it was 900 before we added the Shaheed. So that's.
I had to bet my Steeler parlay or I'll forget and I'll get a message on Sunday going, yeah, we won that parlay.
Yeah, I need to get that one in too. I definitely wrote it down.
All right, so 90.5. Where's the alt total? Over 39.5. Those two alone get plus 884. So, and my guess is this is going to come in somewhere right around the same odds because I believe before you put the Rashid one in, it was plus 800 or plus 900.
Plus 900. So it's probably going to be around the same. I don't know what. Yeah, we don't know what Shaheed is.
Could be 10 cents difference, maybe.
Yeah. And I do know there's a 15% boost on DK. So I'll probably put it in there and then put it in Substack tonight. Or excuse me, in Discord tonight. And again, then link in the description, check out our Substack because it's for the entire year. If you can do $10 a month, but $34.99 for the entire year. Because before you know it, we'll be having our best ball sweats here soon. But then they launch as the play. Then it's playoff best ball. And then as playoffs are winding down, then the big board starts and we just keep going and God bless it. It's 365 days a year pretty much. So you get all of our best ball content as well through essentially the winter, spring, and summer, and then rolling into all this fun content in season. So we appreciate you all. This has been fun. I will send out this on Discord here in a little bit. But Tyler, this was a great time. Final thoughts for the people.
Yeah, final thoughts. I think we found a bunch of winners. I think it's going to be a big game in that Bears-Steeler game. I think there's going to be a bunch of points. And hopefully our guy Mononga had punches in one touchdown, maybe two. Because I got him in a couple of best ball lineups.
I was just going to say, did you and Spread get him in some best ball? Because
I got him on a couple of our better teams. So just let him keep carrying.
How are those stream? I know you couldn't label them on DK, but how are those stream teams? Do you have some fun team ones together?
I think we have. I'm pulling up DraftKings now on my phone. I think we have 2 milli teams that are in the money right now.
Nice.
1 second. Let me get the live entries. Best ball. Yeah, we have 2 milli lineups, both in second place right now.
Okay, so hopefully that holds.
The one lineup's in a log jam at the top. We have 156 points. We have 1,561. The leader has 1,580, and third place has 1,538. So that one's kind of a little tight in there. And then the other one, leader has 1,666. We have 1,593, and we have a 80-point lead on third, who has 15.
Oh, that should be good. I feel like with only 3 weeks till playoffs, that 80-point lead should knock on wood should be good.
Man, I got a team in one of those little $3 contests.
Yeah.
I have 1,700 points already. Second place has 1,500.
That's awesome. When you see that, you're like, oh my God, that's so fun. Read the team. You just have to read the team. Or if you want.
Just right now with the points that have been scored this week, it's Josh Allen. They have Breece Hall and Chase Brown plugged in at running backs. Shakir, Higgins, Jamar Chase, Kincaid, Ted McMillan, Mahomes, Goff, Ricky Pearsall, Charbonnet, Rashad White, Keenan Allen, Rico Dowdle, Freiermuth, Komet, Hopkins, Korksky, Merritt, and Mostert.
Yeah, I can see why that's a high. No, that's a fun team. That's a very fun team. So we are just weeks away from playoffs. Again, Steve and I will do some kind of pre-playoffs content for sure here, and hopefully it's going to be a fun sweat here for all of us on the Fanspeak network and with all of you guys in our Discord. Again, check the link in the description. Check out our Substack because again, it's year round, or you could do a monthly $10 a month. But no, I think you're right. I think we found some good looks this week for props, for touchdowns, for some parlays. I really do like our lotto. Mike says I'm a certified Lions fan and has a thing for Dan Campbell. I do. He's a manly guy. You know, he's not afraid to like step on the gas. I just like it. I do. I like Dan Campbell. You're not wrong, Mike. You're not wrong. All right, guys, this has been fun. Tonight, 9:30 p.m. You get a double dose of the Degen dads. Scheduling conflict came up Wednesday, so you're getting drafts and bets from the Degen dads at 9:30 tonight. Be sure to check that out. And then, of course, I will give you an updated schedule of our Thanksgiving week schedule next week. So for Tyler, I'm Meg and Steve. We'll be back Monday. Have a great week 12, and we'll see you next time.